Hey everyone, welcome back to Encinas Unfiltered, your source for sports. To those of you who already liked and subscribed, we greatly appreciate you. To those who have not, please like, subscribe, and share our socials. So today there's something new, and it's something I kind of wanted to show everyone. Usually I like to go a little breakdown and show everybody or talk about what I'm going to do, but off the top I kind of wanted to share with everybody that we have a new website that just launched. So you can go to www.encinasunfiltered.com, and literally throughout the website you can see we have our Facebook, our Instagram, our TikTok, our Twitter or X, and our YouTube linked. And if you click on one of these, it'll take you right to our page. There's also buttons throughout the website where you can see our merch website, you can subscribe to our YouTube, and if you click up here at the top, you can actually see the same things as well. So this just launched a couple days ago. This is a spoiler alert. This is our season 2 logo. We're going to put this on some merch. It'll be limited time only. I don't know how long I'm going to have it out, but when we get that done, we will definitely post that. And then every week I'm going to upload our new episodes here as well to our YouTube and our Spotify, but also I'm going to put any new interviews here as well. And these are our snapshots from our Encinas Unfiltered Instagram, and these are automatically uploaded. And if you want to see what's going on here, you can just check it out at our website. So the following order of today's podcast is, well, I already talked about our website. We're going to get into Beterbiev versus Smith, the recap, where you want to talk about UFC 297. We're going to do a redo on our playoff bracket because I think I went 0 for 6 and Bevel went 1 for 5. So that was pretty bad. And then we're going to do our normal NFL playoff football betting, and that's where we're going to go through and, do over-unders and money lines and kind of give you our thoughts on that. And this is just a reminder to those of you who might not have watched the last episode. Our Don't Be a Larry's are not going to be on our weekly episodes no more. We're going to be filming those separately. We have not made any more yet, but those will be completely separate, and those will just be posted on our TikTok and our YouTube shorts. We're still trying to figure out some things with that. However, good news is we do have an interview scheduled for next week. It's with Armored Combat, Eric Tafoya. So that'll be something new, definitely different, and really, really cool and a lot of fun. So he's going to be showing us some of his YouTube clips and kind of explaining the sport. And I know they're in the process of trying to get it in the Olympics, not for this upcoming one, but maybe the next one. So definitely stay tuned for that. So off the top, like I said, I wanted to talk about the fight, which we kind of briefly talked about last week, which is Beterbiev versus Callum Smith. I predicted a knockout. I think I said on Top Rank's Instagram that it was going to be a body shot. I was wrong. I said the
Close
6th round.
enough.
I said the 6th round. It was the 7th round.
Yeah, close
But
enough.
Callum went down twice. And, he was getting pounded. And the coach ended up just throwing in the towel and, stepping in and be like, no, stop. And so, he retained WBC, IBF, and WBO. So I
Going
said
for
last week the winner
undisputed.
was going to fight. Yeah, winner's going to fight Bivol. And for those of you who don't know Bivol is the guy who beat Canelo. I mean, Canelo also went up in a crap ton of weight. So to be fair, I know Canelo wants to try to get that one back, but this guy's a big deal. He's 20-0, 20 knockouts. Finishes all his fights. He's 38 years old, so that's kind of interesting. He's a little older. But man, that's going to be a good fight.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on the fight? I mean, I just thought it was a one-handed or a one-sided ass whooping, but
Stuck to the game plan and delivered pretty much the whole fight. That's what I got from it.
yeah, it was definitely one-sided. And I mean, hey, it is what it is, and maybe Callum Smith get a couple more fights and get himself back up there. But the next fight is Bivol and Beterbiev, and I mean, I don't know. What are your first initial thoughts about that? What do you got?
I don't think I can tell you who I got, but I think it's just going to be like blow after blow. I think those guys are just going to be swinging.
Well, so Beterbiev is 20-0 with 20 KOs, right? And Bivol is 22-0 with 11 KOs. So Bivol traditionally has in his previous fights, besides this last one, has been more of a counterpuncher. So it would be interesting to see. I mean, I think Bivol would win, and it might be more of like recency bias and the Canelo thing. But
yeah,
I mean, dude, he went out there in his last fight and absolutely put a ass whooping on the guy he fought, MacArthur. And I mean, obviously MacArthur wasn't a Beterbiev caliber fighter, But I mean, it was just, I don't know. I just think he's just on a whole nother level. He's number one ranked for a reason. And I mean, I don't think either one of them gets knocked out. I think it's a 12-round fight. That's what I think. And I think it's close, like 7-5. That's what I think what happens.
7-5. That's not bad.
My early prediction would be Bivol. That's just me. So
Yeah. Didn't they say that fight was gonna be in Saudi Arabia?
I think that's what they want to target it for, and I think that makes a lot of sense considering like there's a big market right now over there
Yeah.
for that kind of stuff. So I mean, I would be interested in it. It just sucks for us, fans in other
Yeah.
areas of the world because it's like a freaking
Noon.
12 o'clock fight, 11 o'clock
Yeah.
fight.
But
But hey, football will be done then, so it's all right, right?
yeah, we won't be yeah, that is true. Sucks though.
um,
But
but on the topic, since we're talking about boxing, and it's just funny because you and I were talking about this like literally right before we started recording. So you said you saw a tweet that Oscar posted, or not a tweet, but an Instagram story, um, saying that Ryan Garcia is potentially going to happen against Jose Ramirez. I
it's
mean,
in the
man,
works.
hey, bro, I might need to get all my stuff signed by both of them, bro. Already got the glove. Jose signed this glove for me. And then the one right next to Jose's is Ryan's right here.
Yeah, what
Let me
side
see
is
if
he
I can
picking?
show. I do. I mean, you know, I got to go with my boy Jose, bro. Always got to go with the boy Jose. But oh Jesus. But yeah,
That's dope.
Thorne, dude, two of my favorite fighters, bro.
I know that is pretty
um,
tough, but
yeah, but I got to go with the Central Valley guy, man. I mean, no matter what,
it's only
you know,
right.
family friend too. So I mean, you got to always back your own,
Yeah,
And Garcia is prone to losing. He's shown that he can get hit with body shots, and what's Jose good at? Going to the body.
the
You saw the
body.
last fight, the Save Mart Center. Freaking tore that
Oh
boy up,
yeah,
dude. Oh
he
my
did, huh?
god.
Richard Kami.
Yeah, dude. That was all bad, bro.
Richard Kami to the body. I remember that
Dude,
one.
yeah, that was a tough one. So
Yeah.
we'll definitely see what happens. I think things are interesting. Because you got Barroso.
Barroso. Yeah.
He's the interim champion at the WBA because Raleigh, didn't fight. So I don't know. That whole division is interesting because Haney has a belt, Teofimo has two, and then Raleigh has one. But then the interim is Barroso. So Barroso's supposed to fight Raleigh if Raleigh wants to still hold that championship, right? Like I believe that's how it works. And if he doesn't, then Barroso's a champion, and then whoever wants to fight him gets to fight him for a belt. I've heard Raleigh wants to fight Haney. Haney wants to fight Raleigh. Haney wants to fight Garcia. There's a lot of all this back and forth, and I think the whole division's crazy. I mean, and of course, all of them want to fight Teofimo because he has two belts.
Yep.
But is he retired? Is he not? I've seen Instagram videos and stories of him in the gym, so I was like, okay, you're not retired. So I mean, that whole division's a mess. Great fighters, man. Great fighters in that division. I mean, I would like Jose to fight for a belt. So the tweet said Oscar put out a tweet or Instagram story or whatever it was that said
Yeah.
that they're targeting Ryan Garcia.
Mm-hmm.
You would assume Save Mart Center or maybe Bulldog Stadium. I think that makes sense because of Ryan's star power, Jose's star power on the Central Valley. I think that, either way, it's going to sell out. But, man, dude, Bulldog Stadium would be interesting, dude. That'd be a fight.
I've never been in there.
It's big. It's cool.
Yeah.
I think it's bigger than Chachansey. So, I think it's just outdoor events, man. That's weird in the Valley sometimes. It depends on
Yeah.
what time of year you're going to do it. But,
Yeah.
dude, I could even see Vegas, dude. It's
Vegas would be crazy.
I think I would like Jose to fight Barroso if that's open. It's kind of a scary fight because that dude's been knocking everybody out. He's a little older though. And that way he has a belt, bring in more pay-per-view, bring in more money. And, I would like to see him go for belts. Ryan Garcia is a big fight. For sure it's a money fight. But that wouldn't give him a belt, you
Yeah.
know? And, I think he can beat Teofimo, and I think he can beat Barroso and Raleigh and all those guys. Either way, we're definitely locked in, staying tuned. We also hit 2K followers. Let's go.
I know, huh? That's crazy, huh?
Let's go.
We're going up.
You know, everyone's on the Instagram, bro. YouTube's falling off, Twitter's falling off, Facebook's falling off, but people be popping on Instagram, dude. It's crazy.
I know, that's crazy,
And then
dude.
with the website, we made it even easier to watch. I
Yeah.
know, like my dad, your dad, I'm sure they all have a hard time figuring out how to use YouTube. So call it for what it is. Sorry, pops. Like, hey, man, just
Yeah,
go on the website. That's what the website's for. Go on there. You
for
can watch
real.
it. So it counts as a view. Everything should work. No problem. Like, get all your content there, man. One stop shop. You even get the merch site, bro. But either way, that's it for boxing. I think next week we'll probably have more boxing to talk about. But I don't think there's anything big coming up. And then next thing is we're going to get into UFC 297. Now, I'm only going to talk about the championship fights because, I mean, man, there was a lot of fights, but I'm going to be real honest. Somebody who watches a lot of UFC, like, I don't really know a lot of these people. And it's in Canada, so that's another interesting thought. But which is nice, it's at a decent time. So it's not too late. It'll be on at 7, so that's like a normal time for us, ESPN
Okay.
Plus. But it is, pay-per-view. So,
Yeah.
but the first title fight I want to get into is Raquel Pennington versus Mayra Bueno Silva. So Raquel Pennington is 15-9, and I know that doesn't sound like, oh my god, like that's crazy, but her losses are like Holly Holm, Jermaine D. Ramin, who's also a champion, Amanda Nunes, who's also a champion, Holly Holm again, like she's lost to Kazagano, like some big names. So it's not like that she's losing to the bums, but she's a wrestler, and she's pretty good. However, she's fighting Mayra Bueno Silva, who's 10-2-1, and she has 7 submission wins, dude.
Dang.
Yeah, and a lot of them are around what is it, like 1, 2, a lot of ones, arm bars. um, I'll look at her fights. Like the only person I'm seeing that I'm like, oh, I recognize was Holly Holm, and it was a no contest. And I don't know exactly what that was about, but either way, they're both fighting for the belt, and I believe it's Amanda Nunes' vacant belt because she retired at 135. So, I mean, it'll be interesting, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, let me just double check. Yeah, the odds have Mayra winning -166 to +140 odds for Raquel. And I would say just because it is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I mean, she could strike too, but like a wrestler, wrestling versus Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, like I think Silva might catch her in a submission, and that's my prediction for that. I don't know what round or anything, but I'd say probably early. So, but the main event is the middleweight title bout versus it's Sean Strickland, who just beat Israel Adesanya in a weird one. It was just
Yeah,
weird because
that was.
Izzy usually doesn't come out flat like that. Versus Dricus Du Plessis, who is from South Africa, and he was supposed to fight Izzy, and that's why he was there at the fight initially. Because I think he was like one of the only guys that Izzy hasn't fought yet, and him and Izzy were talking a bunch of shit to each other.
Yeah.
But they're both 6-1, and Du Plessis is 20-2, and Strickland is 28-5. And I mean, I think everyone knows, or anybody who watches knows, that Strickland's loss was Pereira,
Yeah.
Alex, the guy who beat
Alex
Izzy, knocked out
Pereira.
Izzy. Yeah, he's also now the light heavyweight champion, and mind you, he was also cutting a lot of weight, but he knocked knocked the socks off of Strickland, bro. That was crazy. I think he knocked him out in the first round. Why
Yeah.
Strickland went out towards him to a kickboxer who's a counter striker, I don't know, but he got laid out, and then he ended up losing to Jared Cannonier a split decision right after that fight. And he's had he lost to Usman, but I mean, besides that, like it's just been random losses. And then Du Plessis, his fight, let's see. So he fought a champion basically in another promotion, let's call it a AAA promotion.
Oh,
Not
okay.
being disrespectful, but just being honest.
Yeah.
And that's who he lost to. So he beat that guy, and then they fought again, and he lost to that guy, the champion. And then he lost really early on, like in 2014, by like a guillotine in like UFC Africa. So something just like early on in his career, he was like 4-0. So I
Mm.
mean, but he's knocked out Robert Whitaker. He's knocked out Derek Brunson. He's knocked out he's submitted Darren Till. He beat Brad Tavares. He's. I mean, since that loss to the champion, he's on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fight win streak. So I mean, it's looking good. I mean, it'll be. I don't know. I'm interested to see how that fight will come up. Honestly, that's the fight I think I'm most excited about. And the odds are pretty close. So they have Strickland favored at -130 to Duplessis at +110. And I mean, for me, I think Strickland is a great fighter in the sense that he's willing to go out there and fight. Because I've been watching a lot of Embedded, and his saying or his motto is like, "I like to fight. I don't like to run. Like I like to fight." And it's not like it's just he wants to go out there and fight. Where Duplessis, I think, is going out there to try to win. And actually, Strickland said in the one of them that I watched today that it's not about winning; it's just about fighting. And I was just like, oh, okay, well, I don't think your head's in the right place. Like I think as a champion, you want to win so you make more money. But hey, I respect him for being a man that just wants to fight. There are people like
Yeah.
that. And I think that's why people like him. He's a little outlandish sometimes if you look at his social media. And hey, to each their own. Everyone, it's America, freedom of speech. But yeah, I think Duplessis is probably going to knock him out. Like if I had to put money, if I was going to do a 2-game parlay, bro, I'm going
Really?
Mayra Bueno Silva. Yeah, so let's look. Let's look real quick. We're going to do a Mayra Silva. Okay. I'm going to go by submission. Grappling, let's see. Grappling. Oh, it doesn't even say give me a grappling odds. I'd have to look that up. But I would say if there's a prop where you can do Mayra Silva for a submission, I would do that, and I would do Duplessis by KO. Whatever the odds are for that. Any round, just the fight outcome. Like that would be my 2-game parlay.
Damn.
That's what I think.
You don't like Sean Strickland like that, or what?
I like Sean Strickland. I just don't think it's a different kind of style of fighting, right? Like he did well
He has
against
a Philly
Izzy.
shell.
Does he?
Like he like fights. Yeah, he kind of fought how Ryan Garcia was like
Trying to
defending
fight?
his last fight. Yeah,
Trying to do the Mayweather role? And
kind of like that. Like he just has like a shell. I think it's called a Philly shell. Is that what it's called?
I don't know. I don't know. I think like Strickland lost to Alex badly. He beat Izzy. Izzy was having an off night. I'm not trying to defend Izzy or be Izzy fanboy. Like I do like Izzy, but it was weird. He just was flat. It
Mm-hmm.
was weird. I don't know what was going on. I think 9 times out of 10, if they fight again, like Izzy's gonna win. Like Izzy's way
Yeah.
more talented. Um, and I do want to see Driscus versus Izzy, and I think that's what'll be the outcome if Driscus wins.
Oh,
And I
okay.
just think he's gonna KO Strickland because Strickland likes to come forward and fight. Driscus has got power, dude. I mean, Strickland's been put to sleep before, so
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's if he wants to come forward, I think he's gonna get knocked out. Nothing against the guy. It's just that's what I think is gonna
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
But that's why it's my opinion and it's not fact, right? So.
Yep. That's fair.
But that's in Toronto, Canada, Scotiabank Arena, Saturday, January 20th at 7.
That's 7.
So the next thing I wanted to do is actually I wanted to do the playoff bracket recap or redo
Oh,
because
okay. I thought you were gonna do a recap. I was like,
no,
bruh.
we don't talk about that
Yeah, no.
embarrassing thing
Put
that
out
we had to.
there.
So like I said at the top of this, I went 1 for 5. Or I went 0
No,
for
you went
6.
0
Bevel
for
went 0 for
6.
I went 0 for 6. Bevel went 1 for 5. Bevel had Kansas City beating Miami. I said Miami was going to beat Kansas City. So, and then we both said Cleveland was going to beat Houston. The Joe Flacco circuit. But anyways, so now we got Baltimore at Houston. And what's interesting is we'll get into the odds later. So we're just going to do a quick recap of what we think, and we'll get into the odds later. I'm going Baltimore because I'm going to stick with my original script, and I think it's going to be a Baltimore-San Francisco Super Bowl with Baltimore winning, and that's coming from a Niner fan. I just don't think our team right now is able to stop that Ravens defense, and Purdy gets exposed. So,
Hmm.
unfortunately, but What do you think? You think Houston's going to be able to pull it off against Baltimore at home? No, you got
No
Baltimore.
shot. Yeah.
Okay. Now I want you to be realistic about this. I don't want you playing any freaking. I already know you. You like to play devil's advocate and freaking like to pull strings and stuff. I just want to remind you, I went for the Rams. Okay.
Okay.
All right. We got Kansas City at Buffalo. So I've been hearing a lot of difference, like back and forth on this. People are like, "Oh, Kansas City." I'm like, but Kansas City has to go into Buffalo. It's not like they're playing in Arrowhead, and it's also cold in Kansas City, but it's cold in Buffalo. like, like there was still snow in the seats when they
Yeah.
played Pittsburgh. Um, and Kansas City looked good, but I don't know, dude. They haven't looked good all year though. Like they're the number 3 seed, but did they really look good this year? Like
You know, I'm going Kansas City.
you're gonna go Kansas City?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Buffalo here. I think Buffalo gets it done at home.
All right.
Um, so I'm just gonna put KC/Buffalo because that's how we have it. So I don't have to do a bunch. Oh, that's a question mark. And then we went Baltimore, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and over here we'll do the second game first. We got Detroit at Tampa. I'm taking Detroit. Are you gonna take Detroit as well?
Taking Tampa Bay.
Stop.
No, I'm for real.
Oh my god, dude. What are you
I'm going for
doing?
Baker Mayfield.
Just because he knocks out some smelling salts before the game starts?
It's freaking savage, bro.
All right. I want you to be real, though.
No, I'm for real.
No, I'm talking about this next game. I want you to be for real, though.
Oh my god.
Because you've been bashing Jordan Love with me all year round, and all of a sudden you're going to get on the bandwagon train, bro? I got my cousin over here texting me, like, oh, he's not that guy. I'm like, no, he's not that guy. Has he been consistent all year? No. And what I said was he not that guy in fantasy and purposes of fantasy football? And I told him, no, because you didn't even make it to the playoffs. So obviously he wasn't that guy. He was that guy you would have made fantasy playoffs.
All right,
And he
what's the
didn't like
next
that. And
game?
then he told me to talk about it on the podcast. So here we are. Which he doesn't watch, by the way.
Oh man.
I know. So, all right.
So
Who you got? I already put in my flock. Everyone knows I'm going to San Francisco because I already said it's going to be Ravens Super Bowl. Ravens Niners Super Bowl.
I guess I'll go San Francisco. Nah, I think we'll get into the reason why when we go over the props, the lines and stuff.
So you're going Green Bay?
But no, San Francisco.
Oh, okay. I was like, so I'll write it in.
No.
So then San Francisco versus Detroit or Tampa Bay. Who are you taking? Because I already know who I'm taking.
Um, I think San Francisco can beat both of those teams.
Okay. And who are you taking? Baltimore versus Kansas City or Baltimore versus Buffalo? Who are you taking?
Kansas City versus Baltimore.
I know you said Kansas City, but I'm saying who are you going to take in that game to win?
I mean, Kansas City over Baltimore.
You think Kansas City's going to beat Baltimore?
Yeah.
Interesting. So then if Baltimore plays San Francisco, you have who? Baltimore? Well, I guess it doesn't matter because in your world you have Kansas City.
Yeah.
So I'm taking Baltimore over Niners, and you're going to take who wins Kansas City, San Francisco?
I think you guys get revenge and beat them.
And yeah, I mean, I think we can beat any team in the AFC minus Baltimore. And somebody at work today was like, well, Baltimore has been prone to lose. Actually, it was New York Giant Joe that said that. He's like, Baltimore's lost at home before. And I'm like, dude, I think Lamar's playing at a way better level than he has ever, considering he's been hurt. I go, and their defense has been really good. And their defense is our kryptonite. So I think we play them, we lose. But Kansas City doesn't have the receivers right now, I think. And I think that's why they lose. Because I don't think Pacheco or Joe McKinnon or any of those guys can do anything to our defense.
That's fair.
Same with the Green Bay Packers. That's why I'm not taking Green Bay over San Francisco. Because I don't think Aaron Jones scores 3 touchdowns on the Packers. That's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
But
that was crazy.
All right, well, this is our bracket. I'm saving this, so we'll see what happens.
All right, bet.
The next thing we're going to get to is our NFL playoff football betting. So this is the, what is it, 6 games? 4 games. 4 games. So we're going to do our 4 games this week. So we got Houston Texans at Baltimore Ravens. So the Ravens are favored at -9. The total's 43.5. And the money line is plus 320 for the Texans, -400 for the Ravens. So I kind of wanted to say this first because I was reading something today on my lunch at work, and I saw that 71% of bettors are putting +9 on the Texans. Doesn't necessarily mean they're going to win, but
Yeah.
they're betting +9 on the Texans. So I thought that was an interesting stat that people are going to go that high. What are your thoughts on it?
I think Houston Texans get decapitated.
That's kind of a strong word. Let's maybe use a better word that won't get us canceled.
I think they get just like murked.
I don't think that's a better word.
I think they get
Annihilated. How about that? That
I
might be
think
a
they
little
get
better.
clipped.
Okay. All right.
No, I'm like, nah, but I think Baltimore just puts it on them. My bad, bro. Oh my god. Nah, that's
Oh man.
weird. Nah, but when the public is on +9, you said what's the percentage? 70.
71% when I last looked, it was around +9 for
When the
Houston.
public's on a bet, that means you go the opposite and you take -9.
Facts. Something I learned last week, bro. Yeah, I think Ravens absolutely annihilate the two Houston Texans, and I think the -9 because usually they're like -115. So for parlay reasons, I would definitely go the one -115 for the -9, or even the -120 or 125, whatever it is. You're going to take that over the -400 because there's no value in it.
Yeah.
Um,
And then over.
so yeah, over for sure, but you're definitely going to take the minus 9 all day.
Yeah.
And then the next game, so that's Saturday at 1:30 Pacific, and then we got Green Bay at San Francisco. San Francisco favored by 9. The game's at 5:15 Pacific. The total's 50.5. And the Green Bay Packers are +360. The Niners are -450. So I'll let you go first again since it's my team, or that's the team I go for, and you can, and I'll kind of finish it up.
Um this game I'm going under because from the way I see it going, I think the Niners are going to pretty much dominate this game, and I don't think the Packers and they're not going to let the Packers score that much points. And but I think I'm going to go +9.
+9.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna go over on this, and I'm gonna go -9 for sure. Um, I think that there's a lot of hope, and I kind of explained this earlier. People think Jordan Love's that guy, and it's hard to call for sure starters, and it's like it's still too soon. I mean, I think CJ Stroud has proven himself with not a really strong team on paper that he is that guy. But Jordan Love was very inconsistent before the bye week, and the only good defense that he's played since the bye week was the Cowboys. And I don't even know what happened to the Cowboys. I don't know if it was overconfidence or they were ill prepared or who knows. I mean, they're known to choke in the playoffs every year, so that's not surprising. Like I text Angel and I was like, "Hey, I didn't think it happened this soon. I thought it'd happen against us." So I mean, the wifey was happy though. She's a Green Bay fan. But even the wifey's like, yeah, I don't have faith in Jordan Love. Like, you got your own fans being like, nah, like, and I've even tried to convince her to become a Niner fan. She's like, absolutely not. I go, how about winner of the game between our two teams, loser has to become the fan of the other one? She's like, absolutely not. So that's how much faith she has in Jordan Love. I was willing to do that bet with her, and she was like, absolutely not. And I was like, when the wifey didn't want to take that bet, I mean, I already kind of figured like like I already have my reservations about Purdy. Like, has Jordan Love played good since the bye week? Yes, he's been more consistent. But do I think he can do that to a Niners defense? No. Could I be proven wrong? Absolutely. Did he play well last week? Absolutely. But Aaron Jones also went off, and Jordan Love made some great plays downfield that the Dallas defense, who usually doesn't get burned like that, got burned on big plays. It wasn't. I think the Niners are going to prepare for that, and I think Jordan Love's going to have a couple picks. And yeah, I think it's going to be one sided. I'm taking the -9 all day long. But the next game, so that's Saturday night, Sunday afternoon at 12 p.m. Pacific. We got Tampa Bay at Detroit. Detroit's favored by -6.5. Tampa Bay is favorite or is underdogs by +250. Detroit at -300. The total's 48.5. So I'm gonna go here first since I know you have certain thoughts about it. I think it goes under just because we saw what happened with the Detroit Rams game. Obviously, I don't think Detroit or the Bucks have as good of a defense as the Rams do. I mean, Detroit has a decent defense, but I don't think it's going to be a big game. The Bucks have also scored 9 points to 0 against the Panthers, so I also have that in the back of my head. So I think it goes under. But I like Detroit in this game. Detroit's playing at home. They play pretty good at home, and their little glimmer of hope that they have is going to be good for one more week until they run into the Niners. So that's my thoughts.
All right. Well, I'm taking that money line. Tampa Bay. Baker Mayfield's bringing them home, baby. They going to the NFC Championship this week. Nah, but I do think that. But for the over under,
Oh, I'm taking -6.5. Sorry.
that over under, I don't know what to take. Probably go over. Damn, that's kind of high though, huh? But
Oh, yeah, the over under I went under, but for the money or for um
spread.
the spread I meant to say I'm going to -6.5 all day
That's
for
fair.
me. Yeah.
Yeah,
But you have to
probably.
go +6.5, right? Because you
Yeah,
said
+6.
yeah.
I might as well
All
just
right.
slam that money line, 250.
The last game is Kansas City at Buffalo. It's a Sunday, I guess afternoon. It's on a Sunday night game. It's at 3:30 Pacific. Bills -3. Totals 45.5. And I don't know what the weather's going to be like in Buffalo, but I'm sure it's going to be freaking cold. I can tell you that. But Kansas City is no stranger to the cold. So,
Yeah, I can't wait for this game, man. I feel like they always have good freaking games in the postseason. Like the last postseason game they played went to overtime. You know what happened in overtime? Be having some good games, but give me Kansas City. I'm taking Kansas City to win, and I'm going under.
so you're going +3?
Yeah,
Yeah,
+3.
I'm going -3 and under. I'm taking the Bills. I think the Bills get it done at home. They beat them week 14 by 3. I think they beat him by 2 field goals. But I think it's just going to be so cold that it's going to be under. It's just the way the games are, you know?
Yeah,
I mean, I went over because they postponed the game. So that's why I ended up going over. Um,
free, bro. That was so free,
I
man.
know. Even at 33, 36, 40, it didn't matter. It was, when there's no snow on the field, I think it was easy.
Yeah,
Um, but I just don't think Kansas City has the weapons like they used to. Kelsey hasn't really been overly involved for whatever reason. I
yeah.
don't know why.
That damn girlfriend, huh?
I don't know. I don't think it's that. I just think that he's getting doubled. I think they're paying attention to him because they know like that's the guy.
Yeah, but I mean, he even said it himself. He said in an interview not that long ago that it wasn't his best season, but they're still making a run for it. So
Yeah. I mean, I like I said, I think Buffalo wins, and then I think it's going to be Buffalo Ravens. I think Ravens win, and I think it's going to be Niners Ravens winning. But I think if any of those other teams can beat the Ravens, then it's better for the Niners because I think honestly, the Niners had it probably one of the best case scenarios meaning that I think the Rams could have beat the Niners just because it's a divisional game, and you guys could sneakily beat us. I don't think you guys had the team that you guys did when you guys won the Super Bowl, but you guys could have sneakily beat us, in my opinion. The best case possible, because I honestly thought that we would either have to play you guys this week, which I was not looking forward to. I did not see a world where the Cowboys were going to lose, but hey, I mean, it's the Cowboys. And I thought we would have to be playing you guys. I think we're good this year, but I just think being a divisional matchup, just like if we had to play the Seahawks, it's just you never know, dude.
Yeah.
And I thought the Cowboys would be a hard game for us too, just because it's a rivalry that's been there forever, and they could have a good defense and a good offense, but the Packers took care of them for us, and Detroit got you guys and by one, crazy,
Brutal, man.
heartbreaking, dude. So I honestly, like, I look at the schedule, I'm like, dude, if we play Tampa, we win. We play freaking the Packers, like I had no problem with playing the Packers. Like, I think it's easy. They're just too young right now. Nothing against them, but and playing the Lions, I mean, they're good, but they're not that good. I mean, they lost to teams in their own division, and I don't think their division was very strong this year.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think we have it good. I think we're a lock, and if we play anybody besides the Ravens, I think we win. And like you said, I think you think we win this year, but I think if we play the Ravens, I just don't think Purdy gets it done against the Ravens because they already know his weakness, which is you blitz him, and if he throws, you jump because he's not that tall. You just jump, and
Yep.
that's
Batting
4 of his
off the
picks were
line.
them tipping the ball. That's all it was, and setting up for someone to grab the ball and intercept it. And it is what it is. So it'll be interesting. I'm definitely going to stay tuned and watch some of these games this week. For sure, watching the Niner game. We're going to do it here at the house. I think we're going to do a little mini watch party. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, who's pulling up?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe the in-laws. Maybe the parents.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They're right here. Well, not the in-laws, but the parents are close. So we'll
Yeah.
see. Or maybe we'll just kick it. But
That's cool.
she's probably going to be sitting on the opposite side of the couch because, I got to talk my shit. So.
That's
But
funny.
wrapping up on some news, Mayo got signed with the Patriots for the head coach. They're still waiting to see. I saw something today that they thought maybe Bill Belichick to Atlanta, and nah, I'm going to reiterate. I think Belichick or Harbaugh either goes to Seattle or San Diego.
LA.
Chargers, whatever. LA Chargers, San Diego. They're San Diego. That's still San Diego, dude. I don't care. Do they have
That's
their own
funny.
stadium? No, they don't. So I don't
No.
want to hear it. That's the Rams Stadium. So yeah, I think the Chargers. I mean, I would like to see Belichick there. It'll probably, yeah, because I want Harbaugh to go to Seattle because I think that'll be a fun rivalry with Jed York because he does not like Jed York. But we'll see what happens, man. And then Jason Kelsey retired.
Yeah, that
Happy
sucks.
retirement. Probably one of the best centers. I wouldn't say ever, but he's definitely a top center in the game of football.
He was a beast.
He has some of the greats like Jeff Saturday, and there's some really good centers that played. He played for the Colts, but yeah, I mean, congrats to him. He had a hell of a career. It sucks you couldn't get it done, but hey, you don't need to be there for the rebuild, so don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason to be down on it. I think it's messed up that Kelsey kind of gave or not Kelsey, Travis gave him a hard time, and they
Oh,
actually had
on
to
this
postpone their
on the
podcast.
podcast.
And then they came back. That's messed up, bro. Like, that's like hitting him a low blow. It's like, come on, bro.
He came back a whole day later, bro.
Change clothes and everything, and Travis had the same thing on. He's like, come on.
Oh
I'm like,
man.
dude, you gotta do it to the big bro like that, dude. That's jacked up.
That's funny.
But I mean, congrats to him, and he had a hell of a career, and I can see him being a commentator. I honestly, he probably won't though. He probably just wants to be a family man. He's a bunch of kids, and
Yeah.
wants to live that life, and he still has his head. So but either way, football should be good this weekend. It was kind of a shorter episode, and like I said at the top, we just launched our website, www.encinasfilter.com. You want to check out all of our social links. You want to check out everything we have going on. Every episode, like this new episode, will be posted there, and any new interview that we have as well will be posted there. We'll be working on maybe some kind of Don't Be Hilarious, but we're actually changing it to Don't Be That Guy. I forgot to say that at the top. If we're still going to be doing them, I'm not sure. But we do want to focus on the interviews because football is coming down to an end. So I think we want to focus on the interviews, bring more fighters, bring more sports, bring more eyes, bring a bigger audience, and kind of give people a platform to kind of voice what they have going on in their lives and different events. And this is a platform to do it. So,
Oh yeah.
but everyone, thank you for watching. Thanks for sticking around. And until next week, peace.